Hello, hello, hello. Let me see how I can change that camera. Oh. This is me starting. Oh my goodness. Let me see how I can join. I'm gonna add the infinite brain right now. Let me see if she is. This is all new to me, so I've got no idea. Let's see if that works out. Yeah, looks like it's working. Hello. I don't see you though. Yeah, I
Can see me now?
half. Yeah, I see you better. Yeah, better. If you put it a little bit up, then I can see your face. Now it's only from your down your eyes. Yeah, now I can see your eyes. Good.
Hey Sandra, how are you
Hey,
doing?
how are you?
Yeah, doing great.
I only didn't figure out now how, like you said, how to record it. How do I do that?
It will automatically get recorded, just don't worry.
I don't even see record.
The system will ask you later if you want to save it. You just give yes. Don't close it, okay? After the
Okay.
line is over,
Okay.
it will ask you to save.
Okay. So when we're done, then it says you want to save it. Can you still hear me?
Okay? Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, let's start. Why don't we start with you? Tell me something about you.
Yeah, Sandra. So I'm a money manifestation coach. So I'm from India, Tamil Nadu, and I have been helping clients to program their brains on how well they can program the EQ so that it starts showing success in their business. So we all talk about money and money manifestations where we apply law of attraction. And whatnot, right? So it's like science, right? So manifestation with logic. It's not just doing a spell or ritual and you get money or success. It doesn't work that way. It's completely, you
If it
rely on a brain.
if it would be that easy only, right?
Exactly. So I have been into corporate as a wealth manager for almost no, 13 years. I worked into shares, trading, investments, bonds, mutual funds, and everything about investments. And then I decided to take up my passion. And
Ah.
so I'm here.
So, but if you do like can you tell me, for example, what was one of the first things that you manifested for yourself?
My first manifestation happened at the age of, I should say 18. I manifested my partner. So I'm very keen into these aspects. Okay. So, no, people say pseudoscience or no occult science. I have been very keen. So first time I tried the subconscious programming was when I was in 11th standard, and I manifested my partner, the one who is my no spouse now, and from then I have had faith on these manifestations.
Really? So,
Have you ever tried manifestation, Sandra?
yeah, I tried, but I think I manifested either the wrong way or I'm just getting it in a different way.
Okay.
Maybe I understand the law of attraction in the wrong way. I do think
Okay.
I make a joke about it because my company, or I'm the founder of Laugh at Shit. So
Great.
I guide and help women how to make the shit from their past the fertilizer of the future.
That's
So
so
because
beautiful, laughing out at their problems, right? So the past, we just leave it off as a joke.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But so when I called it Laugh at Shit, I guess the universe thought, okay, you want to laugh at shit? Here's a whole pile of shit. See what you can do with that. It's so yeah. I'm not sure. I think I could probably learn a lot from you still. I mean, there's
Great.
always a lot more to learn from
Yes,
manifestation.
always we keep learning. Exactly, Sandra. Yes, I agree with you.
So it's yeah, it's but if you start seeing the little things, the bigger things will come.
Yeah, that's what law of attraction says. And you're doing a brilliant job, right? You're by making people laugh at the problems, you're raising their energy, right? So
Exactly.
that's what we also guide people on. So you are doing the right thing in raising the frequency of people.
Exactly. So, can you tell me something more about how can people manifest for, whatever they want? I mean, you cannot give away the whole story, of course. Now, can you quickly say something? I mean, how do you work? Do you sign up for a
Yes.
one-to-one with you, or do you have like? I think I just saw that you've got an event coming up on Friday.
Yes, Sandra. So I work with no one-to-one. I mentor entrepreneurs, professionals, because a lot of us, you know what, we have a lot of skills, right? We have skills, we have ambitions, our intentions are good, but as you said, right, laugh at the shit, the past shit. The past shit is so occupied in your brain, it fogs your thoughts, your energy, your frequency, and so you're not able to think forward, and that's how you're stuck. So our heart has vibrations. It is scientifically proven that our heart has vibrations. So now, how does the heart vibrate, right? Only when it is happy. And how does happiness come? When your brain is no resolved. So we help your subconscious thoughts, whatever the garbage you had accumulated unconsciously, basically since childhood from family, friends, movies, and media, and that is blocking your current energy. We work on that, cleanse that, and you see our default results, right? Here and there, we use some spiritual tools as well, but it's completely logical, right? So it's all about programming your thoughts and emotions where you start feeling good, the time when you start feeling good and see a new perspective, right? How you see money, how you see debts, expenses, or how do you see a breakup, how do you see no any failure that just came or a loss that just happened. It's all has to be reprogrammed the way you see it and deal with
Yeah.
it. And that is how the manifestation happens. So it's all about perspective change, the shift which you get on your perspective, Sandra.
Yeah, I agree. So let's say, for example, let me give you a different example. Well, most people, for example, whenever they have a challenge, or most people will call it a problem, but I don't like the word problem, so I changed it into a challenge.
Challenge.
And then what most people are focused on, even I became aware of that because I was doing that a lot as well. You are mostly focused on the problem itself. So
Yes.
you are focused on, why is this happening to me? Why is this? Why that? That answer is gonna bring you no good. If you
Yes.
want to, if you want to get out of that situation, you need to focus on the solution. So
Yes.
if you can shift your mindset, and if you can become aware of it, it will change the whole game.
Exactly.
So does
So
that
that is
count
what
for
you do
money
at
too?
Laugh at Shit, right?
Okay, so but that would count for money too then.
Yeah, so you are making people to see a completely new picture of what happened with them, and that's how they are able to laugh, right?
Yeah.
So when they come out of the no the pain story, now they are able to handle it in a different way, or let go, or move on to a new new challenges or new process,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we all need to learn to laugh at our problems and
Exactly.
see how differently we can work in the upcoming whatever no ventures you take up.
Yeah, yeah. Like I always say, in every situation, no matter how hard it is, there are always three things in every situation. There is something to be grateful for, something to learn, and
Yes.
something to laugh about. And if you don't see it, look at it again from a different angle until you find it. And I'm not saying this because I know better, but I'm saying this from my own experience. I mean, I did not come up with, oh, one day I just woke up and thought, oh, let's laugh at shit and I'm gonna change people's lives, blah, blah, blah. No, I did that because I was sick myself. I was dealing with a lot of mental issues and having a severe depression. Have been suicidal for a while. So I guess I know how to feel bad. And at some point, you're just sick and tired of it. You don't want to feel that way anymore. And you're done. And you know, and that is the time that you know and realize that you are the one in control, even though you don't think so. But then you can finally start to change your life. It is never about which cards you get in life. It's always about how well do you play the game.
Exactly. So until you have gone through it yourself, how do you know what people, how will you relate with people, right? So since you have gone through it yourself, now you know better ways. You have worked on yourself, and that becomes your know your own testimony.
Yeah. The only thing is that
Right.
I realized that with I think we grow through life. So there's comes in, I mean, what I've experienced, I have experienced, but then there comes a new challenge or a new thing. So you will start feeling more new things, and you will, it's kind of like leveling up. I sometimes compare it with playing Mario Brothers or something, that old game. I thought, oh,
Yeah.
I'm in the next level, because I think, I've done this challenge. I got out of it. Okay, let me breathe for a second, and then boom, the next challenge comes up, and I'm going like, serious. Oh, I'm already on level. I don't even know what level I'm on, but I think in this life
Yes.
I
But
experience
you
a
are not
lot.
at the previous level. You're not at zero, right? You are anyways elevated. Now it's again a new level from here.
Yeah, you outgrow the situation, and it
Yes.
could be anything. And for example, I
Right.
know that you cannot do it all at one time, because I know, because I want to. I am very impatient person. I always want to go quicker and faster, for example. So I do stand-up comedy, but I need to practice and play as much possible, because that way is the only way to get to the next level. If you do, you cannot win if you haven't lost before.
Yeah, just a second, Sandra. Appa kita pe kelna, please.
Yeah.
Please, chalo. Just give me a second. My kid is here.
Oh,
Just a second.
oh, she can join.
Yeah. Daddy kita kelma, please. Please. Daddy kita. Yeah, please. We can go ahead. Here's just.
Well, is it a boy or a girl?
Yeah. So, exactly, see, when talking about the experiences, so Sandra, as I told, it was 13 years when I was 13 years when I discovered that something like subconscious programming and manifestation exists. But you know what? After my first manifestation, I never took it seriously, and I never tried to even apply it until I myself fell into a big debt trap, right? Almost more than 17 lakhs of debt, and boom, I not know how to share, where to seek help, not a fancy financial background that time. So I didn't know what to do, and that is where I felt the universe was pushing me to sharpen my saw on what I knew. And that is where I went deep into working on the knowledge I had about the programming of healing myself and thoughts, affirmations, and whatnot. And there I seek professional help. I work on myself, and then I figure out yes. And that day I decided that so many people are going to the similar thing, right? And why not I go and help? So it was not, I never planned to be a coach or a mentor or therapist. It just happened because my life experience and how I navigated such a big, huge problem as a woman. Seriously, is no, even I can't believe how I just navigated through that tough space, right? Almost like I was pregnant second time, and if I would not work on it, my depression, which was in just beginning stage because I was just keeping it with myself, no one to share. I could not share because again my spouse was not working that time. I mean, he didn't have a job for some 2 3 years, and so it would have crippled into my womb, and which I was not ready for. So I had no choice. I just had to take it as a motivation and work on myself. If that push was not there that day, today I can't imagine this kind of a life what I'm living now. So
Yeah,
definitely agree with you. That depression which you're talking about could be a push or a calling for you
Definitely.
that, see, you have a lot of things to do.
Definitely.
Yes, exactly. And that
I
is what we
believe
say manifestation. So, how does manifestation happen? You don't plan, right? Unconsciously, sometime you can recollect in your childhood somewhere you wanted to help people, and you just
exactly.
left it. You never took it seriously. And now, see, the life has brought you there.
Exactly. Yeah. And I believe that some of life's greatest gifts are just wrapped in sandpaper. I
Yeah.
mean, it's exactly what you say because if it wasn't for the depression, or, well, let's say it started way earlier when I became aware of it. I was in a relationship with a narcissistic man, and after 10 years, I was still afraid to leave. I was saved by a miracle in disguise. And most people, when I tell the story, go like, "What?" I was saved by a miscarriage. And
Oh,
yeah, and it doesn't mean that I wasn't sad. Of course, I was sad. And at the time, yeah, I think I also realized that it might be the only chance I would get in this life to even become a mother. And unfortunately, that was the truth as well. But if I look back, that was, if it didn't happen, I probably, well, maybe I would have been stuck with my ex partner for the rest of my life, first of all. And second of all, I would not have been who I am today. And so it brings a lot of different and good things, but you cannot always see when you're in the
yes.
situation yourself. I mean, like what I said, when I was in a depression, when I was suicidal at that time, hey, you could say just anything. I just didn't want to do it. I couldn't do it. And I apparently am sensitive for depression because last year I got into menopause. Thank goodness, not really. But I always thought, what are these people moaning about? I mean, it's like, how do you say that? A hot flash and it's gone. No, it comes with mood swings. So terrible.
Yes, yes. Menopause, we think it's a blessing. It's not. Sometimes not. Lot of times not. It
Exactly.
comes with a lot of side effects. Yeah.
It was really bad. And that exactly was my last push because in the last, let's say, 3.5 years, so many things have been happening in my life. My father passed away, who was also my best friend. I ended my job after 12 years. So everything kept, it was like a snowball. And if you don't do anything with it, uh, regardless on whichever way, because you need to grieve. And I kept saying to myself, yeah, well, my dad passed away in his sleep. Um, that's how he wanted to go in 20 years, of course. But hey, that is at least, well, at least he didn't have to suffer. But I
Yeah.
made myself suffer because I didn't allow myself to cry or feel sad. And now I found a way for it, and I feel much better because you get to, how do you say that, you're when you're in the middle of it, and sometimes someone that is more outside of the whole situation
Yeah.
needs to tell you something that will push you, and then you will figure out, okay, this is what I need to do. It's up to me, because we always tend to give away the control because we blame other people, for example, say because of him or because of,
Yes.
but
Yes.
if you put one finger to someone else, three fingers point at you. And why would you even do that? Because you don't want to put someone else in control of your life. You are the one that wants to be in control. So take ownership. And I mean, let's say for with my ex-partner, it doesn't mean that I have to agree that it was okay what he did with me. No, it wasn't. But if I keep holding a grudge, I will let him live rent free in my head,
Yes.
and I will
Yes.
waste
Yes.
my own time.
Exactly. So, Sandra, I'm very keen to know, after going through so many back-to-back challenges, how did you handle your emotions with money? Right? Because
Ah,
finance is again a very important aspect of all this, what has happened around. How
well,
did you, as a single person, handle all that?
Well, that is kind of a difficult thing as well, because I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but I lost my job after 12 years, and I already applied for a different job. Only I got surgery, so I didn't get the job because I got into the hospital. The problem is I was a freelancer, and because I was a freelancer, I was not getting any benefits for over like 2 years, and I just started a job 2 weeks ago. So it was a real painful thing, and I know I need to work on my money mindset, because there is something
Yeah.
there. I cannot put my finger on it, and I know it's there, and something is blocking me.
Exactly. So what happens is that the important decisions, right, are the in our life. Money affects impacts all the aspects of our life, relationships. If you want to make up with the good relationship, you need to fulfill some needs of the family and whoever is around us, friends. When you want to socialize, you have to spend a little. You need to spend on yourself for self love. You want to pamper yourself. You need money, right? So money is everywhere, but how long? There are people who either ignore ki no, no, money is not good, I'm not behind money, or there are people who are like, oh, money is everything. We need to be midway, right? Money is definitely needed, and you need to build a relationship with money and appreciate the roles that money plays. But what happens when you're spending, we are happy, and when there's expense or debts, we are very sad. So there is an emotional, imbalance when we deal with money. So if you
So do,
really want to have a very beautiful relationship with money, we need to deal equally with the expenses, so happily with expenses, exactly the way we deal when the income comes, right? So every expense is a result of what? You being able to afford it. That expense happened because you were able to afford it. So shouldn't we be grateful through that money rather than thinking that money has left us? Lot of us, even see, few years back, even I was doing that mistake. Whenever there's I would not keep money in the wallet because I felt money would be spent. But I eventually developed the habit of keeping cash in my wallet because I knew it felt so good to deal in cash, right? When you
yeah.
touch money, you have a different energy. And money is energy. It's not just a physical currency. It's about how how your emotions flow when money goes out or comes in, or when you have loans or debts. So how what do you think? How do you feel when we have debts? If you have seen people, so what have been the emotions of people when they have debts? Or what have you felt when might be any time you had debts?
Oh, I do something really funny when I do my quarterly bookkeeping for my business. Years ago, I started, because it's exactly what you say, be grateful. Also for
Yes.
expenses.
Yes.
And so every invoice that I get and that I pay, I will put on the date that I pay for it, and then I draw a heart on it. So
Wow.
when I do my bank
That's a
state,
brilliant practice. Yes.
so when I do my bank state every month, on everything that I spend or that comes in, I just draw a heart with it. So I
Wow.
did have to call my accountant when I started, and I said to my accountant, just so you know, I'm practicing gratitude on money, so that you don't think that I'm in love with you. Or for example, he's married for years. He's really nice guy. But I thought, oh my God, he's gonna think that I'm writing love letters or something in the. But it was just about to be grateful. And would you agree then that money is also just a form of energy?
Yes. Exactly.
Because,
Yes. It's just a form of energy. So it's like it's not key money comes and I be happy. It's like you learn how to be happy, and automatically your brain will allow you to meet people, to activate or bring opportunities, to make bold decisions, to take actions. It's not key once money comes, I will be happy. I don't have this, so how can I be happy? No. Learn to accept what you have. Cherish what you have. Be grateful with what you have. Let go what you could not have. And when your emotions raise, you will see unexpectedly attracting people who are ready to give you opportunities. unexpectedly clients who are ready to trust you. People, in sales, they say people don't buy your product, they buy you, your energy. Right? When they
Exactly.
resonate with you, they buy you. So it's about energy that you reflect when it comes to money, whether it's about a product or a service or no whatsoever it is.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. And I would say energy flows where the attention goes. So if you
Yes,
focus on the lack, I mean, the universe doesn't hear no, for example.
yes,
So you need to focus on what you do want and not on what you don't want. Because if you focus on what you don't want, the universe will give you just more of that. And
exactly.
if you focus on what you do want, and I say, for example, a friend of mine had a really good quote, and he always says, don't follow the money, let the money come to you.
Yes.
So if you
So
do
Ken Honda
something.
beautifully says, right, that his mentor, sorry to
No, go ahead.
no, yeah, interrupt. So Ken Honda beautifully says that his mentor used to say that if you want to really manifest money, then forget money first, right? Even in the manifestation, we say forget the goal, forget the marriage, and focus on yourself. Automatically, the person will come into your life,
Yeah,
right? You don't be so anxious about the goal that has not happened. Work on things around it, and it will come.
yeah, I agree. That's what I said. What I say as well.
Yes, exactly.
If you focus on because we all wanna have a goal, or we have a goal or a desire, and we focus mainly on the goal itself. But what if it's not about the goal, it's about the journey? And
Yes,
it's so
you're right.
hard, but it's really hard to focus on that, because with, I don't know how it is in India, but in Europe, for example, and here in Holland, we are so programmed on getting more, doing more. You have to be. It's status, and I really don't like it.
So,
I mean,
Sandra, I would want to interrupt here. See, it is not easy for even here we have challenges in that. It is not easy for us to practice that, and that is why we constantly stay with mentors, right? So when you asked me what we do, this is where no we want to make people aware that having a person besides you who has gone through the journey similar to you and evolved can help you, because he or she knows that what is the difficulties that you're going to face in this journey, because I have worked on it, right? So I can understand you better. Why hesitate to have a mentor besides? So we as coaches, we understand the importance. No matter what level we elevate, we keep having a mentor for different reasons. But we think that we need it, right? Because even we need someone to drive us, and so that we can keep driving the people who trust us. So
yeah.
even any successful person, you see, they will have an advisor, a mentor, or a consultant at any level.
So
So,
in
but
th-
that's a millionaire mindset, right? They know that they need a spare brain to help them when they feel lost. Because when you're busy working on your goals, to take care of your mental health, you need someone to tell you, to motivate, to push you, to remind you.
exactly.
We cannot do everything on our own. The brain is, again, it has a capacity, right?
But that was a different thing than what I would was
Please.
wanted to ask you, because is it in India the same that you are being programmed about being, let's say in Holland, we are being programmed that status is important and so many things, good health, whatever. So if you ask me, we need to be healthy, we need to be slim, we need to be smart, we need to have an expensive car, a house. uh, we we use the word have to the whole bloody day, which means
Yes, and
that,
that is the problem.
exactly,
Yeah, that's the challenge.
that's the
Why should
challenge.
you? Why does it should or have to? It is okay, right?
Yeah, but if
Not to
you
have.
if you only have to do things, that means there will be a burden on your shoulder, for example, because,
Exactly,
and you
exactly.
don't want to have that, because maybe you don't want to have an expensive car. Maybe you just want to have a bike, or
Yes.
you like to walk. Who cares? Maybe you don't want
Yes.
to be around certain people, but you feel like you have to. I mean, it's everything is a choice. Whether you like it or not, it is still a choice. And also, it's also a choice when you don't feel like it. So
Yes.
it's always you
I
choose.
completely agree with that. To maintain the status, and for living for the sake, no, of people. It's like living for the sake of people. And it's we don't understand to take it easy. See, the currently in India, there are different varieties of people, but not everyone is programmed towards money, thanks to that. But yes, the way the media and the social media has been projecting, it is pushing people to that, and we're trying to tell that it is not that you have to, right?
Exactly.
Maybe you don't need it. See, there's a difference between a need and a want, right? Are you mimicking someone's goals, or are they really heartfelt goals? Why it is not manifesting? Because it is not heartfelt. Maybe you don't need
Yeah.
it. You're just wanting it. And that is why manifestation will not work.
There's a
You
whole
need to
thing.
see, check upon your emotions. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole thing behind it, because if you do it just for money,
Yeah.
it's a wrong focus. And once you get that, things will be easier, because focus on why do you want it. For example, if it
Exactly.
is money, why do you want that money? Because what will that money do for you? What are you going to do with the
Yes.
money?
Why?
Yeah, so me, for example, I would say, I would like to make more money, because I'm not making so much money right now, but I would like to grow, because if I can, then I can uh, um, get more, how do you say that, more abilities to help other people, to reach more people,
Yes.
to do
Yes. Yeah.
more, I don't know,
To
coaching.
expand your services and purpose,
Yeah,
right? So, uh, see, it was my brother. One day I was talking to him. I think it was happened 2 to 3 years back. I said, "Why don't you try to manifest?" And he answered me. He's a businessman. He was an automobile no engineer, and he's like, "I'm not behind money." So I said, "Then why are you doing the business?" And then I said, so he says that no, I just want to help the earth, the save the earth kind of
yeah,
thing. And I said, Acha, so how do you do that? So I have some equipment. So then how do you make them rich people? People, I need to say salespeople. So how do you have salespeople? You need to spend on them, pay them, get equipments, make the sales. Without money, how do you do that? So you need money to expand the service. And he's like, oh, I never thought it. A lot of
yeah,
people don't think so. They think that asking for money or working for money is a sin. Why? See the
yeah,
purpose you are working through. Definitely, I want more money because I want to expand, promote, and tell people, "Okay, listen to me that manifestation exists. Listen to me that your brain can change your life." And without money and without success, if I am going to tell, nobody's going to listen.
yeah,
So, for a good message, I need to expand, and for that, I need money. So, what's wrong? Please, yes, Sandra.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think the same way. I think but I'm thinking at the same time, how do I feel about money, or how do I think about it? I mean, there are people that have so many limited beliefs about money.
Yes.
Some people think that money is power, for example, or yeah, and I think I was taught that you always have to work hard, really hard, to earn money, and that may not be necessarily true,
Yes.
because that is not the
It is
it's not the
not.
energy.
Yes. So, Sandra, here I definitely agree with you because even in our family, we were programmed कि we need to do hard work. My father was in army, so he used to write letter, and the heading would be hard work is equal to prayer. So I believed whole my life that hard work is equal to prayer, and you will not believe until I believed that I was never happy. So until I saw my friends and people being smart and being happy, and me being a hardworking person still not being happy, the day I learned this mantra, and I realized that hard work alone is not equal to success. Otherwise, a carpenter or woodcutter would be happy than us,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
there is something else that causes you no wealth and joy or success, and that element is inside you, right? How you regulate yourself, how you empathize with people, how you deal with money, how you make decisions, and that is why we say emotional quotient, right? Ideas people will have, process people will have. So see, they're traders, right? So I have into this trading and investment. So we have seen so many traders and investors. They have very technical tools, and they say ki you can make so much dollars in a month,
Mm-hmm.
right? But we need to understand that until I have a discipline of following that trend, I will only make a loss. And I've
Yeah.
seen people burn their hard-earned money to such scams by themselves, and even also to paying people. That without having emotional regulation, no matter what idea or best of the services you have, you will fail because you do not
Yeah.
know how to regulate that people and process and yourself.
Yeah, you're right. There's a question coming in from
Please,
Ashley.
yeah,
She's asking, would you agree that changing your money story can change your life and relationships?
definitely. What do you say, Sandra? I want to hear from you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do think so. But I think,
Exactly.
as we already said, you grow through life, so your money mindset will change over time as well, probably. But I think what my dad used to say is, we even make a joke out of it. My dad used to say, when you're being born poor, that is not your fault. But if you get married poor, that's your own fault. So he was always joking about it. I do think
Yes.
that money can change your relationship in various ways. I mean, sometimes it can be for the good, but it can also be for the bad. Let's say people that win the lottery, for example. If you win the lottery, you don't necessarily know how to deal with that amount of money. So that's why people also lose their money again after they won the lottery.
You rightly mentioned. Yes, yes, Sandra.
Because they don't have the right mindset behind it. And I mean, if you seriously, if you just got one, like, let's say 1 million, and you never knew how much a million is, you are going to waste that money on, I don't know, maybe alcohol, drugs, whatever, on something that you, because you don't know what to do with it. You never knew how to deal with that amount of money. So I think, yes, and that might not be the best, but it can also change in the way, like what I just said. What do you want the money for? So for example, I want to help, and you are quite similar, I guess. We want to reach out more people, and I think Ashley, who's asking the question, is also the same on that, because she's also a coach,
Yes.
um, and she's more focused on nutrition. But we wanna, if we have more money, we can. Let's say, for example, I could hire people that do certain things for me that I'm not so good at. Let's say marketing things, or because now I'm doing everything myself. But if you, so then I would be able to reach more
So
people.
here, exactly, Sandra. So here comes the EQ, IQ, right? A person with a good IQ, no, what sometimes they will think that okay, I will do things myself. But when you have an emotional quotient, you, as you said rightly, Ashley, sorry, Sandra, that if you had money, you would rather hire people and expand the work rather doing it on your own,
Exactly,
right?
because you
You
cannot.
would hire an
Yeah,
expert. Yes, exactly. That's the EQ decision.
do
Yeah.
do what you're good at and let someone else do what they are good at. And that
Yes.
um that is also an energy flow, which makes, yeah, that's what makes the world go round, right?
Yes, you feel happy when you are employing someone. You feel proud when you are giving an opportunity to someone. And right, so the both the services are getting, I mean, the idea is getting fulfilled. So your money story changes. By trying to do everything myself, I'm trying to hoard money. I want to keep all the money for myself. It's a negative mindset. But when I'm expanding my no area of work, when I hire people, not only my brain is able to focus on what I am expert at, plus I'm also able to hire the knowledge and also provide income opportunities to them. I'm giving a job opportunity that makes me feel good. It's not I'm paying and they're giving me service. No,
Yeah, it's
paying and also the having the right person makes a makes a difference.
yeah, and I think it is about it's solving the problem
Yes,
because
it's solving everyone's
yeah,
problem, right? It's a win-win.
yeah, because you save you help someone else with one problem. I help them with a different problem, and so if we all do that, for example, I mean, there are people that are really great in marketing stuff. I know a little bit, but I don't. I did some business training in the UK and stuff like that, so I know a little bit about everything. That does not make me an expert.
Exactly.
So
You're absolutely right.
yeah, and I believe that what makes you an expert? What, for example, would make you the expert? I say for me that would be when you experience something, and um, that's why I feel like I'm the laugh at shit person because I've been through the shit, and
Yes.
so I think that this is the same for you. There's someone that you know is also asking a question, by the way.
Yes, what makes me expert is also my experience, rightly said. So to no to conclude Ashley's question, definitely changing your script, right? Money story, we say life script in psychology. Your life script is deciding the way you behave today. So if you could change your life script, automatically your money story would change, and that would help both in relationships and business, because even business is dependent on a lot of relationships. It's not just business, it's also relationships.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I think Vinay is asking which law causes the attraction of
yeah,
money. So, it is not any law that causes the attraction of money. It's the same law, the law of no assumption and the law of attraction, where you believe, you change your life script, and you deal with your EQ first. Do you agree with that, Sandra?
yeah. I think so because there are so many different universal laws.
Yes.
I mean, the law of and every law goes together for some reason. I mean, you've got
Yes.
the law of polarity, for example. If you don't know what darkness is, how can you know what light is? So sometimes we
Yes.
need to sit in the dark and experience the darkness because then when we get back into the light, it will be so much brighter and you will grow from it. And I think that is the same with attracting money. The law of attraction, I think they have, of course, there's The Secret, which is the most famous book about it, I think, and the movie. The first time that
Yes.
I saw it, I thought, oh, wow, I'm going to try that. But there's something that they forget to say in The Secret. It's the mindset behind it. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. You are right. You got it.
so if for example the law of attraction is seeing it, believing it, and receiving it, they forget that you need to transform your mindset, and they do say it a really really small way. They might say something about, but if for example I would want a new car, I have to seem, or if I want to be a different person, I need to
Yes.
behave like the person I want to be right now, so I become that person. If I don't behave like it, I don't get there. There is
Yeah,
some
and
work to put into it.
yeah, so and this can only see you have to become receptive is the whole
Yeah,
purpose. Say example, if you're not ready to be that person, example as you mentioned, say I want to manifest a car,
yeah,
right? How much are you ready to confidently drive a car? If you don't have the confidence, even if the car is given to you, you do not know how to enjoy it. And so we say in law of attraction that if some goal is not coming to you, the money is not coming to you, it means you are not yet ready for it.
yeah,
So just work upon what is that I need to improve to become that person who knows how to handle when this is manifested. That is why you need to model excellence of people who already have what you're trying to manifest. You become first and then it comes. It's not that it comes and you
that
become.
is just a great tip.
Exactly,
So
Sandra.
I think
So I think we're enjoying.
I was wondering if that answers the question for Vinay, because he says, "Okay, ma'am."
Yes.
So I'm wondering if that will answer your question, Vinay, or do you have another question to ask? How do you feel yourself? I would like to know. I mean, I would like to know how he's doing on the law of attraction,
So you're
because there's a reason
asking
why
about
he
me?
asks that.
Yeah, I didn't get you, Sandra. Can you just repeat?
I said because there is a reason why he asks that question. So I would
Yes.
like to know what is the reason why he's asking this question.
Yeah, because he has been no our student and he has practiced law of attraction. One of the techniques he had practiced and he got success in that. And he has been a follower for some time now and he knows that I work with law of attraction. So and
Good.
so he is wanting to know. Yeah.
Good. Well, great. Let me see, what else did I want to ask you? Because up front I had so many questions and I just didn't. I guess I didn't wrote them down, all of them. So, what can you say, for example, for you, when you started this? I mean, you must have like had a moment going like, wow, does it work that way, or did it just go smoothly?
No, no, no. It was definitely not an easy thing, even for me. So just a second. I think I need to charge my phone.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Just a second.
Worst case scenario, I'll be left over.
Yes. So I need to, yes, I think I got it. Yeah. So definitely, Sandra, it was not an easy thing when I found it out. As I said, it just happened, right? It just happened. I had to push myself. Everything. So I think I have to brief a small story about how all this happened. Uh, so when I started, as I said, I never had a plan to be a coach or a mentor, right? And it was only a push from the university to do this. And I was a freelance therapist initially. And there I was applying my knowledge of subconscious programming and meditations. And it worked really well. And then one of the person suddenly all of a sudden comes to me and says, Hema, we have this problems. And I say, try this. I mean, in person. It worked for her also. Now I'm like, if I can help one person, I can also help others. I started the journey and I took a big decision to quit my job when hardly I was earning 10,000 rupees per month from my side hustle. I never knew that how will I make that equal. Thanks to universe, my spouse got the job just that time and I was able to take the risk. And it was too risky because it was just a month just he landed on a job. And I just kept taking risks, learning, investing, and working on myself. And there were pitfalls, there were failures. I tried a lot of agencies, it didn't work. I had made few lakhs of loss there, invested with mentors. But with every failure, definitely there was a learning. I cannot say it was zero. And every learning then finally brought me to a place where I got the right person. And I was able to apply all these 3, 4 years of struggle there. And we say, right, the overnight success is after the 10 years of learnings that happened. So that was the story. So it was not a very wow thing. I was excited about my passion, what I wanted to do. I was very clear what I was doing. But how was not clear. And I always tell my clients, never focus on how, you know why, and just keep implementing whatever know your guidance you get. And
Yeah.
I think I thanks to all my mentors on the way who helped me in different aspects, be it marketing, content, or course, whatsoever. So that's how Sandra. It was not a smooth journey, and never growth is a smooth journey. You climb from 1 to 5, you fall at 2. Again, you climb to 10, you fall at again 3. But falls are there. But from there, how well you jump, you never hit zero. But and that you need to realize. People think every fall is zero. No, none of the fall is zero. You are definitely better than the before fall. And that if you can appreciate and work, then you are successful.
Yeah, I agree. Would you agree then that the best investment that we as people can do is, for example, invest in yourself?
Absolutely. And that is what we need to. Here, I would want to bring up when I was quitting my job, two of my colleagues asked me, right, my fellow colleagues, that, here, what is the asserts you have? You're telling you're going to do business. I said, I am the assert. And as I kept working, I never realized, yes, I am the assert upon which I was investing. How did I become this asset? Because I kept investing time and money on myself. And definitely, first investment should be yourself, and that sustains lifelong. Nothing else sustains. So you are the asset, Sandra. Exactly. You mentioned it right.
Yeah, I remember
Thank
that
you, Vinay. Thank you for that. Yes, yes, Sandra.
the first time that I got into contact with a program which was on mental health and feeling better, I was, I think, a little. I was doing a little bit better in the depression. I was getting up slowly, but I knew and I realized that I was the one to change. So no one else could do it for me. I had to do something. And then I
Yes.
got into contact with that program. It was a year program, which costed about €3,500, about something like that. Very expensive. And then I didn't know if I should do it or not. And then I asked someone, and he said only this. He asked me, "Are you worth it?" And
Yes.
and I went like,
Do you think you are worth it?
and I
Yeah.
went like, what? And he says, "Are you worth it?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, then you have your answer." I signed up for that year program, and it completely changed my life. I did it again the year after, and now it's kind of, sometimes I wonder, am I addicted to how do you say that, personal development or something? No, I don't think so, but I like to learn more because we get happy if we learn more, and we can always improve something. And sometimes you don't have to be sick to become better. So if
Yes, you don't have to wait to fall sick.
exactly, so if for example, you can take business training, whatever training. If, for example, you have whatever problem you have, you're looking for a solution, and just realize that the solution is actually inside you always. You just have to
Yes.
find it. And if you cannot find it, you just need to get someone that will guide you to it or help you find it. I mean, since you and I are both mentors or coaches, we cannot solve the problem for people, but we can solve the problem or the challenge with them, because
Yes.
we have been there. We have done things, we have tried things, we have experienced it, and we can hold their hand while they are fixing the problem.
Exactly.
And I say that I just want to be someone that I needed a few years ago.
Definitely, Sandra. And congratulations for this journey. And definitely, and we all will be there who all have been dreaming to change the world, right? So, because when your intentions are right and you're taking the right actions, definitely you cannot fail.
Yeah, yeah.
You cannot. Yes.
So
So, and that I strongly
yeah,
believe.
I believe the same thing. I think that, for example, a lot of people here think that things are expensive, but what if you look at down in a different way? I mean, maybe there's also a difference between being expensive and a lot of money, because something can be a lot of money, but if it solves your problem, would you
Yes.
then? I mean, then you would see it
So,
differently.
yeah, I would want to mention here again, Sandra, thank you for bringing that up. So, I read a recent post where, no, one celebrities invest 20 lakhs to his personal trainer, right, to train him for the diet and fitness and everything. And this makes us think because he knows he is the asset. He feels he is worthy of it. So, do I see the 20 lakhs per month, or I see how much I am going to impact or earn from because of that? So, am I focusing on the reward or the spending? Again, the money EQ, right? I only focus on what is going out and I forget what I'm going to make. So,
Exactly,
people
because you
have a selective perception that, oh, 10 lakhs to a mentor. So, the beautifully, no, one of my co-coaches said, 10 lakhs I invest on a mentor, but because he could show me how I can make 50 lakhs per month. So I'm not bothered about 10 lakhs per month, right? For I'm focusing on the result, 50 lakhs per month.
yeah.
That is the money EQ, the mindset on where are you focusing, scarcity of giving the fees or abundance of what you're going to, knowledge you're going to gain and impact you're going to create or help people.
Exactly. So it's like what I said, if you need someone for marketing, hire someone for marketing. But if you need someone, for example, let's say, I don't know how it goes in India with mental health issues, but in Holland, it's terrible at the moment, because if you need mental help, a psychologist, you have to go on a waiting list, which takes you about between 4 and 9 months. So
My God,
yeah,
it's so much of a delay and lag.
and I can say from experience, I've been to different psychologists, and it's not working. It's not helping. So what I do is, I what makes it for me, what helps me, is if I find someone who has the experience from firsthand. Because the last psychologist I had, she didn't even have any experience at all. She was, I think, just graduated or something. uh, and I don't want to, with all the respect, I'm not saying they don't know anything, but if you know everything from the book, it's different than when you've been in that situation and you felt like that. I mean,
Theoretical knowledge is not enough. Just being having a certification doesn't make you
expert,
expert. It
right?
takes time and experience. Yeah.
Exactly. So I believe that, let's say, for example, I was having whatever kind of mental issue I'm having. Um, I would go to the expert, or the person that knows a lot about it, because he or she experienced it, and get his or her help because they've done it. It's like what you say, model from the experts. So if you can
Yes.
model from, for example, with the money mindset, people can model from you because you're the go-to expert on that. So if you go to
Yeah.
the, yeah, and I think that is really that's worth something, I mean, at some point, I always want to help people, and I do that a lot. But at some point, at the end of the month, we all have to pay our bills. So
Yes.
it's not like um, and that's a normal thing. I mean, you go to the supermarket, and you buy your groceries as well, because if you don't eat or drink, you will die. So this might sound
Yes.
really extreme, but I mean, you buy your food and your drink as well, right? And that's the same with this.
Yes.
Only people think
The
they have to do
problem is mental health is not visible, right? So people
exactly.
think, and people don't think they're worthy of investing because you cannot show it off, right? See, car you can show off, house you can show off, dress you can show off, accessories you can show off, but who is going to know what my mental health is? I just have to laugh in front of people.
Yeah,
Who knows that at home am I happy, I'm not sleeping, or I'm not no, I'm binge eating? Who is bothered, right? So we just want to please the outside world, and that's why people are okay to not invest immediately or not work on it immediately until you see that you are in a deep depression.
exactly. But you don't necessarily have to be in a depression or whatever. For
Yes, yes,
better is, if you notice that you are not feeling um, joy or happiness, go and get help sooner than later, because the longer you wait, the harder it will be. And um, like I said, you don't always have to be sick to get help or to become a better
exactly.
person. You can also do it because you want to improve yourself, because you want to become the best version of yourself. You want to, I don't know, maybe get happier, or like with you, make more money, or you can do anything. But there are,
Exactly.
with the world as it is now, I mean, for example, you're in India, I'm in Holland. Who would have thought years ago that we would connect and do an Instagram live video?
Yeah, definitely. That's what,
Yeah.
right? We never plan it.
So the world is changing, so we can get help everywhere if we want to.
Yes. Yes. If you're not finding a therapist there, then you can also will always find elsewhere. You never know.
Exactly,
You,
because you work
yeah.
online as well, right?
Yes. It should be like we should be open to seek help, right? We are not open to that, and that's a challenge. Hi, Jasper Vames. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So so
Yeah.
um
Lovely, lovely, Sandra. It's a great discussion.
so if people would like to work with you, for example,
Yeah.
the
Yes.
either the people that are watching right now, or maybe the people that are going to watch this on a replay, how can they reach you and how can they work with you?
So they can no DM me, direct message me on my no Instagram or my the link is given on the bio to book my clarity call with me where they want to work. So both ways they can work, or you can make a note of my number, that is 9962204768. You can DM and my team will get back. I repeat, 9962204768, and the Indian code is +91. So
Right.
you can definitely connect with us for any kind of manifestations, basically on money mindset, and anywhere you think that you have a lot of skills and you're not able to somehow monetize, you know the procedures and methods, but somehow you don't find that courage to implement them or go on board or work for yourself. You have a passion, you're not able to discover it, or you're not able to capitalize on it, and you're not happy with your job, then the money is not happy, you need to rethink about it. So any of these things that is not allowing you to feel good about money, you need to work. And that is where abundance comes in from. So that's how. So you can always reach me on my number that I had just shared, or DM me on my Instagram, and I'm always available, the Infinite Brain. So, so Sandra, how do people
Yeah,
connect with you?
I will get to that, but I want to add one question on it with you.
Yeah,
So do
yeah.
you only do one-on-one, or do you also have like online programs or digital products or?
Yeah, yeah, I provide online programs as well, the group classes, and the both recorded and live.
Oh,
We
great.
also do like group classes. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not just a one-on-one.
No, not just a one-on-one. It depends. We have both self-paced classes as well as a live.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, what I
So
do is um I do online as well. I can do
great.
one-on-one, and I can do how do you say that? I call it the what's in your treasury box session.
Wow.
So
Mm.
we go and look what's in your treasury box and what would you like to work on, and go from there. I am at this moment working on some new things as well. I have some
Great.
online products on my Etsy website, which go from digital books to journals, and how do you say that? How you can test certain things about yourself. So if you would like to
Wow.
know how is my confidence level, for example, or my being grateful, I think I've got like over 250 different tests that I bundled.
Brilliant.
And
I would want to check.
yeah,
Yeah.
and if you for example want to do something like that after you want to work more, it's like with you, just connect with me, send me a message, say if people tell me what they need, I can always look and see how I can work that out, so it will be also affordable for people. Because yeah, I mean, but as this is something I wanted to ask you as well, as one of my teachers sometime told me, and I think I was a bit pissed off when he said that. He said, if you want to have something or get something, or like for example when you want to book a course or whatever, he said, you know what, there's never a lack of money, there's always a lack of creativity. And I was sitting there going like,
Absolutely.
what? He says, when you really
Absolutely.
want something, you will find the money, regardless how you will find the money. And
That's again a brilliant point you have brought in, Sandra. So I also repeat this to my clients. It's never the lack of money, it's only the lack of your either the confidence or the courage or no the self-worthiness. So that's what I think your mentor said as a creativity. Because if you had your emotional quotient right, you will figure out ways to either ask or persuade or no convince your mentor for or a discount or
yeah,
EMIs, or you will find out people whom you can go and approach for help. But you would only do that when you have confidence about your goal in which you want to work, why you want to invest on yourself. Because see,
exactly.
when I invested 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs on myself, I was not having a penny in my bank account that time. It was all borrowed money. People think paisa, I mean, we had money and we invested. No. When I did it, I never had a money. I just borrowed from different people. So what universe blessed me with was giving me an idea. I was a person I would never ask even for a help from even a close friend.
Mm-hmm.
This is what my programming was. From there to being open to ask some 2 lakhs, 5 lakhs as no from my known people. It was a big shift, and that came because I knew I wanted to get there. So that creativity, that flow allowed me to do that. So it's right, exactly right that it's never lack of money. It's only the intention or the no the no strength of the desire that you carry.
Yeah,
Okay, whether you want to really be there or not. So might be it's not strong enough.
yeah.
If you no, if money becomes a reason, money is never a reason. You need to talk about it.
It
You should be open to talk about it.
most of the time it's never even about the money.
Yes,
So
it's never about the
that's what I was focused on when I started first. I
yes,
wanted to have different levels. So, for example, I wanted to have a do it for you, a do it with you, and a do
yeah,
it yourself thing, which is
yes,
so it would cover everything. But that is really, it's kind of hard. I mean,
yeah,
because it takes a long time to get that, and I think when my digital products, they do something, and there's a difference in it. I mean, if you do, like, for example, uh, of course, if you do one-on-one coaching, there's a whole different level than when you do it yourself. But it doesn't mean
yes,
that you cannot do anything, because you have to start with you. And when
yes.
you start, you will I remember that when I first started, I said, when you start, just take the first step. It's like the dance floor on Saturday Night Fever. You're taking a step, and the floor will light up for you to know which step you to take next, and the step after, and the step after. So I think it's like just when you the first step is always the hardest, and the
Yes.
first step always is deciding.
Yes.
And when you say yes to life, life will say yes to you as well.
Yes. What you seek seeks you.
Yeah. So yeah, and I
Yes.
think that is kind of hard for people, because they feel like sometimes they say, for example, oh, why is that happening to me? Well, I remember I was thinking about it. Why is this happening to me? And the answer that came to me was, why not?
Exactly. That's what I ask my clients to say. Why not? Right? Why can't it happen to you? Why are you so surprised?
What am I
Just sail through
different?
it.
Why am I
Yes.
exactly? And that was a whole game changer, because then I thought,
Yes.
why not? So
Yes.
now, for example, if I go through a challenging time, I mean, um, I had something that frustrated me last week, and I thought, okay, now I can do either two things, or I'm gonna be uh, um, frustrated about it, which will cost the same amount of energy, and I cannot change anything about it. Is that smart thing to do? No, not really. So what could I do better? Because how do I want to feel? If you focus on how you do want to feel, it will change your mood. So, and it doesn't always work like 24/7. I mean, I'm still, yeah, frustrated or pissed off or I don't know. With me, you never know what's going to come next. I'm also the person you cannot put on a speakerphone because you never know what's going to come out of my, my mouth. But so if we're open, we can receive.
Yes, Sandra, you're absolutely right. Nice, very really energetic discussion. I love talking to you about this, and I hope all of the audience have
I
enjoyed the discussion.
hope
A
so
lot of
too.
takeaways that have taken as well, right?
Yeah.
So, and thank you for this opportunity that we were able to discuss, talk, and connect with
Thank
people. And
you.
anyone who wants to reach or you have any doubts, you can post in the comments any queries that you have. We would be very happy to answer them.
Yeah, and I
So,
would say if you're
um,
watching this on a replay, put in a hashtag replay so that we also know that you've been watching us. And yeah, well, they can sign up, follow us. And it was really nice to meet you this way. And
great,
let's connect
great, Sandra.
anytime soon again.
Yes, very much.
And you
Thank
have a
you. Thanks a
great
lot. Thanks,
evening.
everyone. Yeah, great. Thanks a lot. Thanks. Have a good day, Sandra.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.